Hi, this is Mike Elbay, Grand Poobah, coming to you from Timbuktu. I'd just like to tell you that I've taken over Law Talk pursuant to the Treaty of Friendship and Peace. Never mind that treaty is expired. Never mind that it never contemplated Law Talk with Mike. You just have to believe me, because I have a fez on. Okay, I got rid of Mike Elbay for now. Let's see if we can get this video in. This is the final video I have for the Marrakush Law Society, the state of New Jersey versus the Marrakush Law Society. It's really these two defendants. I'm going to go through what happens in this video, which is something for once, and I'll give you all that I know about the disposition of what happened to them, what they were actually charged with, and what happened with their civil action.
Represented by the Office of the Prosecutor, to examine either of them in any way. Those are rights that are guaranteed to them by the Constitution of the United States of America and by the Constitution of the State of New Jersey. The right to remain silent and not to answer any questions, as well as the right to be free from incrimination, that they cannot be called as witnesses at any proceeding in which they are also parties. So whether, in fact, one actually thinks that the Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 1787 provides them with the exemption from examination is of no moment today, because there are other constitutional, and I would suggest perhaps more important in this court, rights that they have.
You think? Again, too soft, right to the end for me, too soft. It's not relevant. The treaty's expired, and it doesn't speak to any of the issues that they claim it does. The end. And you don't really need to be dishing out legal advice to one of the parties in the case. But, okay, we're getting there.
At this point in time, these are merely allegations as they appear in documents that are indictments handed up by the grand jury. This court, because the allegations are that the conduct alleged occurred in townships in the state of New Jersey. If you read 2C:1-3, clearly this court has the authority to proceed in this matter, both as a matter of territorial jurisdiction and as a matter of personal jurisdiction. If I understand the argument that is made by the defendants, and if I can construe the filings that they have made, they argue that because they are citizens of a foreign nation, they are not subject either to process of the courts of the state of New Jersey, nor to any of the proceedings of the courts of the state of New Jersey. I am satisfied from reviewing the information that has been presented that they are wrong in their belief that this is so. Citizenship of, in this case, citizenship of either Noble Cheyenne Mutada Casimir or Noble Amir KCL is irrelevant to what is happening here. One could certainly consider, as an analogy, persons who come to the United States of America who are citizens of France or citizens of Germany or citizens of Spain certainly are subject to the jurisdiction of the courts of the state of New Jersey if they are in the state of New Jersey, simply by virtue of their being here. And as I said, citizenship is of no moment. Accordingly, the motions to dismiss that have been filed by Noble Cheyenne Mutada Casimir and Noble Amir KCL are denied, and these matters will proceed as we normally proceed with matters that are listed in the criminal division.
Hallelujah. She finally gets there. She takes too long, but God bless her. She gets there. She puts up with way too much. She endures contempt after contempt, but she does reach the right conclusion. She always knew she would. That's the only way to go. It's that or chaos. She finally did it.
Objection, ma'am. We do not allege or affirm that we are in the state of New Jersey, particularly with regard to other types of citizens. We are sovereigns. We are not subjects of any corporation.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
United States is also a corporation pursuant to
Oh, this is Rich. We do not allege that we are in the state of New Jersey. You don't allege anything. The prosecutor alleges something. And it also happens to be the case. They allege that you're in the state of New Jersey, and you most certainly are. You're sitting in a New Jersey courtroom in front of a New Jersey judge. You were in New Jersey when you committed the offense. Oh, Lord.
The United States codes as well. Therefore, we cannot be inside a corporation, and we have not committed any violations of any of your corporations. By the way, we have no contracts with any of your corporations. And if any of your corporations do have any contracts, please present the contracts into the record, for the record.
Corporations have got nothing to do with this. It's the state of New Jersey. I don't care what entity you call them. They have jurisdiction. There's a code of criminal conduct. It's been alleged that you violated it. We're proceeding. The end.
As well as the jurisdictional matters of being a citizen of
You just lost the jurisdictional matter. She ruled against you. Do you understand?
a foreign state, as he just said. No one never proclaimed or put on record, I know I haven't and I know he hasn't, that we were citizens of any foreign state, as well as according to case law, federal case law.
You said you're not citizens of this country. You made up a fictional country and claimed to have citizenship through that. Close enough.
Treaties are supposed to be interpreted as they were. The statute, could you repeat that statute?
As it was, it expired 50 years after its making. Okay? So you want to interpret it that way? Let's do.
Statute 1:13.
Yes, it says in there that the state does not have authority to limit or enlarge the rights of treaties. So you're trying to interpret a treaty from 1787. You're not authorized nor qualified.
No, she's not trying to interpret the Treaty of 1787. The Treaty of 1787 is completely irrelevant, and it's done.
To do so. That is in violation of law because they're supposed to be looked at as the original context in which they were written and signed under, as well as the Article 4 being meeting at sea. If we were allegedly in the township of Mount Laurel, then we are dealing with maritime law correctly. And
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. This is so bad. He brings in the maritime law. I just, yeah, I think it's going to be time for a sovereign citizen estimated argument because just a mere mortal like me, this is too deep. I can't explain it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have another sovereign citizen explain it to you in a little something we call sovereign citizen estimated argument.
Can you assist me, please? I don't wish to board your vessel. I'm asking you to process because I don't want to board your vessel because you have certain procedures and policies.
officer was presented with proper identification regarding our identification and regarding our status as Moorish American nationals and not citizens of a foreign corporate state, nation state.
All right, your objections are noted.
And as well to add for the record, diversity of citizenship is an automatic element to affirm that this particular court does not have the proper jurisdiction or authority to adjudicate. The only court within the United States infrastructure that has a glimpse of authority to hear this matter is the United States District Court of New Jersey.
Well, this is cute. They're talking about diversity jurisdiction. Diversity jurisdiction applies to a controversy between people in two different states, and therefore you can get diversity jurisdiction and have that matter adjudicated in federal court. They're all New Jersey residents. They're American citizens, unless you buy into their fictional Moorish nationality, which doesn't exist. It just simply doesn't exist. There's no diversity. The crime was committed in New Jersey. They're New Jersey residents. They're American citizens, I'm guessing. I don't know anything to the contrary. I mean, I don't have the paperwork on that, but they're certainly not Moorish nationals because such a concept does not exist.
Pursuant to Article 3, Section 2 of the United States Constitution. If your particular courts wish to adjudicate on Moors and Moorish Americans, then you need to establish council of courts on this level of government.
You're just making stuff up.
All right. Now that I have decided the issue of jurisdiction, these matters are able to proceed, as I indicated before, according to the usual procedure that we have. I know that one of the matters in which Noble Amir KCL is the only defendant is under 03-02-0282, a violation of probation, and we simply list that for a management conference. That will continue to be listed. The other two matters I will schedule for status conferences so that we can try and figure out where we're going with them.
Objection.
If in fact,
The indictment account, you said the indictment is not an account. On the green sheets provided by this court, as well as other documentation, it has the indictment listed as an account. It says it's an indictment account.
As well, for the record, can anyone please produce a contract with Noble Amir KCL from any agency within the state of New Jersey?
No, we can't, because it's a fictional name that doesn't exist. It's not required, and it's silly.
I don't have any contracts with
Noble
any
Cheyenne
agency.
Mutada Kushamirel, I am going to give you another court date. This will be for a status conference in this matter. No, sir, you listen to me. Stop speaking, please.
Am I being threatened?
No, you're not being threatened.
All right, I have a right to speak. That is a constitutional right to object. An objection is made, ma'am, pursuant to
Cheyenne Mutada Kushamirel, you have objected to every word that everyone has said. It is my turn to speak now, because I want to give you some important information and I want you to listen to it. I am going to...
I'm not familiar with his constitutional right to object, but I'd like him to point out where that is.
schedule your matter for a status conference on Monday, May 18th at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Objection, ma'am. The compelled forced court appearance does not prove jurisdiction as well, ma'am. That's I read that the last time, the federal case law as well as I was in here. That's a violation of law as well.
You lost the jurisdiction argument. She read all your stuff. She gave a ruling. You lost. If you don't like it, appeal it.
Compelled court appearance is not lawful, and it does not prove jurisdiction. So you may have ruled that this court has jurisdiction, still does not give this jurisdiction, because according to the federal case law, you do not have the right. Once you are enforcing statutes, you're acting ministerially and not judicially, which does not give you the right to set another court hearing.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah, it sure does.
Thank you, Noble Cheyenne Mutada Kushamirel.
You're welcome, ma'am.
And Noble Amir KCL, I am going to give you a court date, which will be a status conference as well, on the three matters that you are involved in, and I have to look here, on May 26th. That's a Tuesday, isn't it?
Yes.
Tuesday, May 26th at 9 o'clock in the morning. Any questions?
Yes, for the record, ma'am, I will need the identification of the male sitting to your right and the female sitting to your left, and anyone else that is unidentified in this courtroom.
All right, thank you very much. Court is in recess.
Finally, she does something I like. She could have smacked him down. She just flat ignored it. It's an unreasonable request. He's not entitled to any specific information like that. You can just sit around and make demands all you like. He could ask for their blood type. It doesn't matter. You're not entitled to it, and the court is adjourned. Well, there you have it. After all these videos, the entire time they were disputing jurisdiction, she finally takes whatever chicken scratch they threw at her, calls it a motion to dismiss for jurisdiction, and then denies it, which is good and is the only result possible. So something finally occurred. However, I'm out of videos. I don't have. There may be more out there. If anybody has them, send them to me. Send me the links with more videos. But that's all I have. Part of that is the source for these videos is a pro-more site. So I think that they're selectively choosing things that, in their opinion, make them look better or prove that they're winning, which they're not. I will give you the dispositions on their criminal cases in just a minute here. And also, I looked up and they filed a whole slew of civil actions. I read the opinion. Oh, it was about 89 pages long. I'm not going to go through it. It's complete nonsense. All these counts and they didn't know how to plead it. None of it made sense. And some poor judge got assigned the task of actually responding to this, and they had to write an 89-page opinion. It was hilarious, but it's too long. I don't want this video to be 6 hours long. Just rest assured that all civil claims were dismissed on that particular thing. Now, they may have gone against other states too, and I'm sure they got the same result. But the one particular thing that I had is that. So when they're walking around threatening to sue everybody, they did and lost. Just as you would suspect. When they filed to remove from federal court, that was denied. When the judge actually scrapped together whatever they had for a motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction, she just ruled against it. I don't have more videos, and it's probably because they were posting them and they don't want to post their own convictions. But I will give you an update right now. Okay, so now it's time to reveal what actually happened here, or at least what I know about what happened. First of all, as I mentioned before, they filed a slew of civil actions and they all got dismissed. Actually, the one I'm going to refer to right now, they remanded to the New Jersey State Court, and I'm sure the New Jersey State Court dismissed it. I don't particularly have that one in front of me. I think that's the opinion I read that's longer off Justia. Anyway, I got this. It's the estate of Brandon Casimir versus the state of New Jersey in federal court, and in there that gets remanded, but it does actually set forth the charges. Through all the videos that I've done, we haven't talked about the substance of any of the charges on these two, and I'm going to take a look at it right now. That proceeding was initiated against both Casimir and Hall on the grounds of their alleged A, purposeful possession of a controlled dangerous substance, namely cocaine, and B, display of fraudulent U.S. Department of State public minister credentials. So that's what it is. They were charged with possession of cocaine and fraudulently displaying credentials. I'd like to thank Artie from Artie's Corporate Fiction for sending that case to me. He helped a little bit. We've been messaging back and forth, and he's been looking at sovereign citizen mores since before I even knew they existed. If you're not subscribed over there, you really need to go over there and check it out. But I'm going to give you the final disposition, at least as best as I can tell, which is a Quora post. I found a Quora post. I'll put links to it in the description below. If you have anything additional, please feel free to put it in the comments. If I get a lot more material, I might even do another addendum to this. But this is what I could. This is what I had the tolerance to look up today. But according to the Quora post, both of them got convicted on the producing false credentials in exchange for getting their cocaine charges dropped. So they both took a conviction. I don't even know what that charge is, so I don't know if that's a felony or a misdemeanor or anything else. But that's what I found on a Quora post, and that's all I really could find. I will say this for that post: it's in line with the other decisions and the other material that I have, so I tend to believe that it's correct. But that's as much information as I have.
I will return when you least expect it, and I will take over Law Talk, and I will take Ali El Bay.